Today we're going to take a cruise down memory lane in this really nice 57 Chevy two-door sedan with Bel Air trim. This was a frame-off restoration done years ago, but done to a very high standard. As you look at the car today, you look up and down the sides. It's a super straight car, done in the turquoise and white. It's got white, 5 wide whites. It's got a brand new spare as well. Just a super nice turnkey car. When we got the car in, it's been sitting for a little bit, so it needed a little mechanical work. We put a brand new carburetor on it, put a brand new cam and lifters, new timing chain. We just took the transmission and sent it to Amoco Transmissions and had it completely rebuilt, so it does have a transmission warranty on it still, and it does have the original power glide in it. It's got a correct code as far as we can see, 283 in it. Engine runs excellent, all new plugs and tune-up. Hood gap on the driver's side is in fantastic shape. We do have a little chip there along the edge. And this is an older restoration, but that's pretty much it. It's just got a few little chips and scratches. Right here's a little nick there on the top of the fender. There's a little chip right here as well. So it's just got a few little chips that could be touched up, but the paint and restoration quality when it was done fantastic. If you go to our website, coyoteclassisc.com, you're going to see just how nice the floors and frame and chassis all is on it. If you go all the way through, as far as the bumpers and stainless and stuff, all has a great shine, looks really good yet. Motor runs fantastic. We had a carburetor issue and we just had a hard time finding the vacuum and stuff. That's why we ended up doing cam and lifters and all that. It didn't need it. We found out the problem was just the carburetor after all, but it did have it, so we did a timing chain, cam lifters, carburetor, so all that stuff is new, and the engine runs fantastic. The stainless on the sides is all in great shape. Tire tread looks good. Got a nice gap to it, no bubbles or blisters on the lower fender or the front of the door, back of the door. That all looks great. Windshield's fantastic. There's no wiper marks or nothing like that in the windshield. As we look over the roof of the car, I don't see any dings or ripples in the roof. It's very straight and nice, and the paint is excellent on that as well. Very nice and straight. Lower quarter all looks good. No bubbles or blisters anywhere there. Like I said, all the Bel Air trim and the bumpers and stuff look to be in good shape. Our gapper on the trunk lid's nice. We do have, if we look down in here, there's a paint run down by my finger up behind the bumper and a little tiny little imperfection in the paint right there. Same thing in the bottom of the trunk lid here. There's a couple little tiny little bubbles. Trunk lid really fits nice all the way around. Back bumper looks excellent. Corner of the door looks good. Door panels and seat covers and carpet, everything was completely restored during the frame-off restoration years ago. Front door panel and Handles, everything looks excellent. The paint on the dash was all done as well. Jams were all done. New carpet, mats. The horn works and the steering wheel is in fantastic shape. It's got a couple little like a little hairline crack right here in the corner of it. Very, very small though. Gas gauge works. It's got the original radio, Bel Air trim. Nothing like that has ever been messed with, so that all looks completely stock. I don't hear the heater fan working. It's been running here for quite a while. It's got an oil pressure gauge in here. It's got 45 pounds of oil pressure, hidden away radio, and that works well. So I really like how they did that. It's also got a cruise control, aftermarket cruise control right here, and the cruise control does work. So that glove box all shuts up and everything's hidden in there. There is some stains on that headliner, original headliner here, right above the visor. No holes, nothing like that, but there is some stains. Other than that, there's some stains around the back windows and stuff too. Dome light works. Seat covers are nice on it. All 4 door panels look like they've all been replaced and redone at the same time. Back seat is perfect as well, so very nice interior except for the stained headliner. We talked about the doors. The doors shut good. The trunk lid lines up very nicely. Looking up and down the driver's side, just as straight as a passenger. Trim is all nice and clean on it. Not mint, but really, really nice and clean. Another tiny little paint chip right here in the door. In front of the rear quarter, behind the rear quarter, no bubbles or blisters. Same thing with the door and lower fender, guys. So very solid 57 Chevy. We do have some paint, chipping right along this edge. They did kind of a poor job in that jam right in here, in that seam seal area there. So you can kind of see that just a little bit. That could be cleaned up. But other than that, just a really nice straight 57 Chevy. Transmission rebuilt, motor's solid, runs great. Everything's matching as far as the door panels, seat covers, that kind of thing. Factory temp gauge is working, that's coming up. Gas gauge works, horn works. Wipers work. And they park. So radio works. The only thing I don't think is working is the heater fan right now. Unless I'm doing something wrong. Car really idles nicely, runs smooth. We just put new exhaust gaskets in it too, so I mean, it just sounds really nice and quiet up under the hood. Steer is nice and smooth. Speedometer works as well, so all our factory gauges are working. Originally it would have came with a oil pressure light, and that's why the gauge is put in the glove box. Car really drives smooth as far as the front suspension and stuff. The steering's nice and tight on it. I don't think it needs an alignment. It goes nice and straight down the road. as the brakes go, the brakes got a nice even pull to them. Mile an hour, right down the road, straight as a string. Really handles nicely. Shocks feel good on it. Just a great driving old 57.